What's up, y'all? Got a banger from P's World. Let's get straight into it.
I like how women are now on the 4B movement because Donald Trump won, as if that's like a diss. First off, a lot of y'all women probably already posted your half-naked body online in bikinis or whatnot, so people already seen it, so no mystery there. Second, you probably
This girl Brooke is great.
already been ran through more times than a choo-choo train, so the body that you're withholding, men are already smashed. You're not really hurting anybody with this. Actually, you're probably helping yourself a lot because, you know, you can just stop your body count right where it is. You could never make it go lower, but at least you can quit it. You know, you can stop, halt, pause. You can't get, you know, don't let it get worse. At least there's that. And I'm honestly glad that Donald Trump won because a lot of you fatherless women got the message, you know, somehow at least. You didn't really get there the way it should have.
God, Daddy wasn't there. Daddy wasn't there.
But it got there.
She went too far. I'm sorry.
Bro, Brooke, she is... I like this girl. She cooks, bro. She is such a savage. It cracks me up. It really does. Absolutely cracks me up. But she's right. The 4B women have turned into the conservative women they've always hated. Isn't it crazy? Abstaining from having kids outside of wedlock, abstaining from having premarital coitus. You're really just turning yourself into a conservative woman. It's absolutely wild to me. And even the women are like, y'all are nuts.
Over. Can we start focusing on the more fucking important shit here? Because
Ooh, chill out. Huh?
Is she okay?
I know she ain't talking about us.
She ain't talking about us. No, that's for you, boo-boo. And how do you still have a concept of a plan and not an actual plan? Did you really come to us and say, can we, who is we?
What do you mean, who is me?
Wait, I'm so confused about this clip. Let's run this back, Turbo. What does this chick say?
You didn't have to do it.
but that's over. Can we start focusing on the more fucking important shit here? Because
Good Lord. What's the more important stuff here? What's more important?
We're not doing it. Did you see her follow-up video? She was like, I know what y'all would have done during slavery. I'm sure that we know what we would have been dealing with during slavery. What would your white ass be doing during slavery? I'm just wondering what's happening.
I know what I would have been doing during slavery. This.
Exactly. Anyway, we're gonna try to go inside and have some discussions with members of Congress to save some semblance of democracy, because we actually make plans, and we have our own concepts of a plan. We have work to do, but you can handle that. You can handle that.
Girl, how did they
That's
deserve?
all you.
All I'm gonna say.
I mean, I want to applaud these women, but at the same time, they're throwing shots at TikTok as well. Like, if you guys are elected officials and you could actually do something, just go do something. You don't need to respond to women like that.
I'm black, not POC.
That whole thing, I don't even know what to say.
The same black women that be on this app screaming, girl, get you a white man.
I think the statistics actually of interracial couples, I think with a white guy and a black woman, let's just look this up. White man and black woman divorce rate. I think that's some of the lowest. Black wife, white husband marriages are 44% less likely to end in divorce than white wife, white husband. It's crazy to think, right? I don't know if you guys know that, but Cass she's mixed. So she's black, white, and Thai. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that, but yeah, we're technically an interracial couple. So I don't know if I've ever told y'all that though. But if you were on Instagram, you'd definitely know.
I'm gonna just call it exactly what it is. Kamala Harris has been running a whole campaign. Now, let me put my disclaimer out there. This is intended for entertainment purposes only. These are my own thoughts and my own opinions. Since Kamala Harris stepped foot in this race, the only thing that she has been promoting to young women is whole activities. From the performances of Meg Thee Stallion to the speeches of Cardi B, as if we don't know how all of these women have been operating in the industry, tells you one thing. This is not about no reproductive rights. This is about whole activity rights. Y'all can be mad with me if you want to, but it's the truth. For the old women that have had that type of lifestyle already, I'm not talking to y'all. These are also the same women that get on the internet and be crying about how when they 60 years old pushing how they need a man and how they want a man. Vivica Fox. I want to talk
I was about to say Vivica Fox. That ship has sailed. I think she just got a BBL too. Can you believe that? Vivica Fox got a BBL at 60 years old. Baby, nobody wants those buns. It's a wrap now.
It's actually hilarious.
Ain't no way in hell I'm leaving my man. I'm not here to judge anybody doing this 4B movement, but telling people to divorce their husbands is crazy. First of all, this is the type of movement that is never going to work if every woman in America is not on board. What's going to happen is that a handful of y'all are going to leave your husbands and end up miserable and alone while your husband is laid up with somebody new. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Like, I just seen a video and the lady was like, divorce your husbands immediately if you can. Scary amount of women on there that was like, yep, I've been telling everybody to divorce their husbands. And then she went on to tell people to poison, schmurder their husbands. Ma'am, you're advocating for schmurder. No one sees an issue with that. And then again, a scary amount of comments like, yep. Please,
Dude, yeah, these women resort to violence so quickly, it's actually wild to me.
educate me. I'm genuinely having a hard time wrapping my mind around what purpose is that serving. Now, me personally, I'm not married. I do have a man, a great man. Ain't no way on God's green earth I'm finna leave my man. Is you crazy?
See, I think I've told y'all this story, but Cass and I were at TJ Maxx, and I was like, baby, you're such a strong, independent woman, and you don't need no man. She goes, no, I'm a weak, dependent woman that needs a man. I thought that one was good.
I'm genuinely having a hard time wrapping my mind around this concept.
Well, it's mainly because misery loves company. These women are gonna, they're destined to be alone. Therefore, they want you to be alone as well because misery absolutely adores company.
I'm gonna shave all my hair off, and I'm gonna be celibate, and I'm gonna wear this.
You better sell a bit of that to somebody who cares.
Bracelet, because you know what? It's a magic blue bracelet. Girl, no one was gonna touch you anyways.
Shots fired!
Get him, Felicity.
You just shaved your head for no reason.
So apparently there's this thing called the 4B movement, and I feel like I remember this being a thing after Roe v. Wade was overturned. I don't necessarily know what 4B means, but my 30 seconds of research told me that it's actually a movement proposed by liberal women in protest of Trump being elected. And what does it entail? Oh, madness. And what I mean by madness is refusing to have sex with men that won't, commit, love, support, respect, and marry you, make you their wife. It's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts.
New idea. Who's going to tell them this is actually a very common mindset among conservative women, and dare I say, traditional. Old-fashioned. Oh, so you don't want to potentially procreate with a man who's refusing to commit to raising those children alongside you? Oh, right. You're going to send them a message by upping your standards and lowering the risk that more and more babies are going to be aborted due to your instability in life? Wild. Oh, no. Don't do that. The conservatives will hate it. It's such a bummer that you're going to weed out the whiny little boys who just want to lay and leave. That's going to suck. You go, girl. You uphold those leftist feminist values.
The more I hear...
It's so good. And I think the best brainwashing is when you think it's your idea. When you think it's your idea, it's the absolute best brainwashing. These women have convinced themselves that this whole 4B movement was their idea, that they're doing it for them. And it's like, no, we've been asking for this stuff for a very long time. And it's about time that you responded. And we appreciate your response. And that's because navigating the dating scene can be absolutely brutal, but so can dealing with the aftermath of an accident. Have you ever been involved in a personal injury case? Over the years as an image consultant, I've worked with many clients recovering from workplace accidents, car accidents, and more. And I was actually shocked to learn how often people lose their personal injury cases. That's why I want to talk about Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. They specialize in a wide variety of personal injury cases, and they've won thousands of big cases. And if you end up working with them, they're going to fight for the money that you deserve. Just recently, Morgan & Morgan solidified verdicts in Florida of $12 million and $26 million in Philly. That's up to 40 times the highest insurance offer. And I'm telling you, your case could be worth millions. If you've been injured in an accident, don't wait. You can go visit www.forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below, to start your free claim today. Y'all know what time it is. Lokes, do you want that? You want that treat, don't you? Wait. Can we get some FREEs in the chat? Can we get some frees in the chat? Free. Loki, free. Good boy. So, even when we feed Loki his lunch, I put the bowl of food in front of him, and he looks up at me and waits till I say free. Having that discipline and obedience in a dog is so paramount to having a well-behaved dog. Dogs respond very well to instruction and structure. That's why we run our household like a tight ship here. And he knows a lot of commands. He's also an extremely intelligent breed. Many Aussies are just really smart. Let's get back into this.
Sleep around, and then unalive my children. I'm just not gonna sleep around. I'm done. I'm done being a hoe. I'm literally retiring. You're making me be a better person. You know what? Fine. Like, you're welcome. Like.
So what you mean to tell me is it take for Donald Trump to win as president for a lot of y'all females to say that y'all gonna stop talking to men, y'all gonna stop having one night stands, y'all not finna be whores, basically. So it takes for a new president, which he was already.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it takes. That's what it takes, which is crazy work. If you really think about it. Let's get off into the Discord and see what you guys have for your boy. Let's see here. I've reacted to it. Candace Owens shut down LGBTQ activist. High bodies equals less likely of a healthy relationship.
You said.
Let's react to that one. I like that.
We as women are sticky notes, and if you keep sticking a sticky note everywhere, the sticky note loses its value, and no one wants a sticky. If it needs some tape, we as women can't expect it to be the prize if we have lost our stickiness. There's no need for a sticky that doesn't stick when you can't get a fresh new sticky note that does stick.
There you go.
Is this related to like body count? Is that what it's related to?
I mean, I'm not one to shame women who have a high body count, but
Why not? That entire analogy was basically saying how bad it was to be promiscuous. And then as soon as she's like, well, I don't want to shame anybody. Why not? What's wrong with shame? Shame used to work back in the day. You used to be an adulterer. You used to wear the scarlet letter. Nowadays, it's just cool. You get to do whatever you want nowadays. I think we should bring back a certain level of shame. Because if there was public shame and humility in certain acts, people would do it less. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. The problem is nowadays we're so okay with people being degenerates and doing horrible things where we shouldn't be tolerant of it. They should be shamed for it, in my opinion.
Sticky note thing.
It's basically
the more bodies you have, the less you can stick onto a new partner.
I mean, you're basically having sex with all those people they had sex with.
And I see you kind of shaking your head, and you agree, you disagree,
so I'm not.
Well, you know, okay. I thought she was going to say something completely different. I'm not a churchgoer. Okay, there we go.
Or anymore, but no, it was taught to us the same way. Where, except for us, it was like a rose or a piece of chewed gum. They were like, you take this flower, you crumple it up, you can't fucking put it back together again. It's ruined. You're done. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, great analogy. Great analogy with that. It's the whole glass of water, passing it around. Like if I was to pass around a glass of water and I handed it to you, I handed it to you, I handed it to you, and then you handed it back to me, it'd be fine. But if we all stuck our fingers in the water, it'd be different. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Woman tells man to buy her kids food on date. I think I've seen that one. Baby mom angry at baby dad for bringing. I've seen that one. Let's see. 3 secrets couples that stay together forever. Okay, let's see what this is all about. This is Emily King. Love her.
3 secrets of couples that stay together forever. Number 1, they continue to ask each other how their days went. This might get tough over time as
That's weird. I do that all the time with Cass. Okay.
days become mundane. But even if it's small or something that has happened before, share it because your partner will end up feeling closer to you. Number 2, this one's very important. They know that fights can just be fights and they are not deal breakers because they know that all
Bro, that's another big one. Cass and I, when we first got together, it was like we were so okay agreeing to disagree. Like she was a devout Christian and I was a raging atheist, but yet we still clicked and vibed. It's so odd that people think that you need a mirror image. You need somebody that's just like you in every single way. No, it's okay to have somebody that's a little bit different in a relationship.
couples fight, it's how you resolve it that matters.
Exactly.
Number 3, they kiss hello before doing anything else when they get home. And they kiss goodbye every time.
Okay, me and Cass do all 3 of those. We did those subconsciously. I'm not consciously doing any of those. Let's see here. Got some more clips in here. I'm trying to react to ones that I haven't reacted to yet. They don't deserve chivalry. Women don't like it when men don't have social media. What? Okay, that one's unavailable. Rachel shuts down woman preacher. Modern women think when... no, I've already seen that one. What is thoughts on this?
I would love
What is this? What is this?
to be a stay-at-home mom. I would love to be a homemaker and a wife. I would love to be able to live on a homestead and go milk my cow and take the eggs out of the chicken coop and have one baby in the belly and on my hip and another toddler coming behind me. That's like my dream, but I can't fucking do that because the way the economy is set up is I'm forced to work. I'm forced to get an education, a higher education, a college degree in order to make enough money.
Ooh, she had me in the first half. Chat, what could she have done a little bit differently that would have made her scenario seem a little bit more realistic? Instead of blaming it on the economy, she should have blamed it on herself and said, you know what, I didn't go for the right type of guy. I know women, multiple women, that live this lifestyle. They live with a man, he works, he brings home the bacon, she bears the children, and they live on land and they take care of their livestock. This isn't like an unknown thing. This isn't like 1 in 5 billion people can do this. It's very common, especially in Texas. A lot of ranches, a lot of ranch money. What that tells me is she got brainwashed and she prioritized her education and her career and potentially her job over starting a family. That's what she should have said. The economy has nothing to do with it. The economy was really bad when the Great Depression was happening, but guess what? Guess what? My grandfather's dad, he worked, and guess what his mom did? She stayed at home and took care of the kids. That was during the Great Depression. Don't blame the economy for your bad life choices, and that's exactly what this woman is doing. So she had me in the first app. She lost me. But chat, do you agree with me? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you agree with her, and it's the economy. I don't think it's the economy. The economy's been bad before, and women were still stay-at-home moms. So I think that's just a big lie.
Money that I can be financially independent and afford my own home or my own rent or my own gas or my own groceries, my own insurance. And it's extremely difficult to do that. And it's very isolating as a woman when you have to do all of that all on your own and you can't find somebody that you can outsource some of those chores and financial responsibilities like you would with a spouse. So no, being a single working woman absolutely sucks. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it.
Well, at least she knows she hates it. I think the first step that she should take, though, is take accountability and say, hey, you know what? I made bad decisions then. I'll make better decisions now. But she just blamed it on the economy. It's the victim Olympics, man. Like, I'm a firm believer, and some of you guys might not agree, but I think everything that happens in your life is your fault. The reason I think that, and now, of course, there's certain circumstances, whether you were born with something or something happened to you, you know, somebody hit you with a car or some big accident happened where you're like, that was completely out of my control, which I respect that. But at the same time, as soon as you say, everything that happens in my life is my fault, what does that allow you to do? It allows you to take all your power back and say, hey, it's all on me. Because as soon as you play the victim, you lose all of your power. Well, it was their fault. Well, I can't do anything about that. Woe is me. Stop that. Take all your power back. Everything that happens in your life is your fault. Just try it. Even if you don't agree with it, just try it and see what happens. You'll be able to get over things and move on a whole lot faster. And it won't eat you up on the inside saying, God, I wish they wouldn't have done that to me, instead of saying, you know what, I did this to myself. I put myself in this scenario at this certain time. I should have been better. I'll make a better decision next time. And then you can move on. You can let go. Then you can let go. There's a quote from Danny Trejo. And this was when I was going through a hard time with my dad and saying, you know what, I want to forgive my dad. Because my dad was a deadbeat. He beat my mom. I was raised by a single mom. It was horrible. My dad was a druggie. The whole works, right? Raised by a single mom. Abusive dad. That whole story. But you guys don't hear me talk about it a lot because I believe your past can be a crutch or a springboard, and it's your choice to what you want to do with it. For me, I want my past to be a springboard. Cool. Boom. Skyrocket. Success. Awesome. But there's a quote by Danny Trejo that goes, what you don't forgive, you eventually become. When I heard that quote, I said, man, I better forgive my dad or I'm going to turn out to be just like him. So when I was 21 years old, or now I was probably 24 or 25 years old, I called my dad up and forgave him. And he's like, son, I should have said sorry years ago. I'm sorry. I had to be a bigger man than my own father. Sometimes you got to be the bigger person. And that's okay. You might have to be the bigger person 99% of the time. And that's all right. You're going to have to choose to be that bigger person. I choose to be the bigger person every time. You get mad, I get chill. Cass gets upset, I calm down. That's the way it's supposed to be. I think men are supposed to be the most patient. And the thing is, if you are religious, And you ask God for things. You ask him for strength, he's going to give you trials. You ask him for patience, he's going to give you things that test your patience. You ask him for, I don't know. You ask him for things, he's going to pretty much give you the opposite. You want strength, he's going to give you trials. You want patience, you're going to give you things to be patient about. You know what I mean? You want to be a stronger person, he's going to give you things to have to overcome. So I think realizing that is kind of the point of it. And that's another thing that feeds into the Stoic philosophy. And if you guys haven't read the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, I highly suggest you do. But one of the quotes in there is, the obstacle is the way. Don't fall in love with the destination, fall in love with the journey. That's been my whole thing. So even when I started YouTube and we weren't doing well, I was still like, yo, bro, I'm loving this. I'm getting 2 subscribers a day, 3 subscribers a day. And now we're afloat, we're doing well, I'm doing this full time. But I just fell in love with the journey and not the destination. If you just fall in love with the results and not the plan and the action items, bro, you're going to get burnt out every time. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Loki, did you have a good time? Loki, all the way on your place. All the way on your place. Bro, he don't even listen no more. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to book a one-on-one consultation with me for looks maxing, relationship advice, or just a reality check that you need. You can book a one-on-one chat with me. I do it every Tuesday and Thursday for a few hours, so slots are limited. First come, first serve. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.